Okay, well, I knocked some of these off with this stick right here, and so because I couldn't reach up there and get them, but I want to show you what this looks like. Okay, so technically this would be sitting on the side of the tree. Like, let's see if I can get some better, get my finger out of the way. So technically this would be sitting on the side of the tree. Come on, Glenn, get the focus right. There we go. So technically this would be sitting on the side of the tree. It's gonna be growing out like this. See, kind of like we've seen it. This is what you're gonna be looking for, kids. All right, here's what the color of it looks like. Some of them are tan, gray. I've seen a couple of them that were gray and kind of a blue hue to them. Most of the ones that grow here, especially when they're younger, they're gonna have a little bit of fuzz on top of the on the cap. So this is the cap side. This is the under. Okay. So as you can tell, these aren't really what I call gills. We call these feathers underneath. Okay. And some of the deadly lookalikes that are on the ground have the same situation kind of going. But you can definitely tell this is not a nuclear green, you know, orange Halloween looking glow in the dark fungus. Some of these do. I think there's one that actually does glow in the dark that grows on the tree. But that's because, you know, fluorescence is sometimes occurs in these types of plants and animals as well, like fish. I think there's one reptile that glows in the dark too. But what we're looking for is, see, it grows out of the side of the tree. Okay, it's not really a, you know, like a shroom that you're used to. So basically it's gonna look like this. Okay, you're gonna see a bunch of them I showed you up here, but you're gonna see this action right here. You look at it and go, okay, here's the color scam. But because the scam, depending on if it's fakey, it's a scam. But at the top, this is winter time. It's freezing out here. It's below freezing, so it's wrinkly. It's kind of, you know, frozen. Here's what it looks like underneath. Okay, here's a side view. So when you come up, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to go, what the heck is that? Most of the time, it's just going to be like this. Okay. So kind of like a happy little family up there. See how those little family, and if you can't reach them, they're tender. They're not like chaga or anything, where you have to, you know, get an ice pick and an axe and a jackhammer to get it off the side of the tree, or some of those other bracket funguses. These are actually tender. And you can take a stick, like I did. Like I said, I just broke one of those sticks off and kind of poked it and it fell off. So there you go. So if you can't reach it like me, because it's not at ground, you know, eye height or arm's reach, I just take a stick and just knock them off of there. You don't even have to try, just push it one time right here where the base is and it'll come off. But I definitely wanted to show you what these look like. And yeah, in the wintertime, I eat them raw. I know that's probably not very advisable, but yeah, I'm prone to doing weird stuff like that. I eat a lot of funguses raw. But this is what the bottom side looks like. This pretty much, it grows like this when I see them most of the time, out of a flush. And this is the color that it grows up here in Missouri. When they're young, these are going to be more like, kind of like fuzz of a peach. If you ever had a peach, the skin of it's going to have a little bit of hair on it. It's going to be kind of, there we go, kind of fuzzy. These are mature, past, you know, and they're frozen too, so they're kind of wrinkly. But that's what they look like. This is called a, oh God, here we go with the naming. Whew. Technically, this is what they call the oyster mushroom, but it's not, and its scientific name doesn't have the word oyster in it, I don't think. I think it says Pleurotus, which means plural oyster or something like that. So they call this a Pleurotus family, and this is what they call the actual oyster mushroom. So just take a gander at that, kids, and I eat these raw.